Now, I do want us to start with some hard truths that the so called white South African farmer genocide is exactly that, a story built on fear, on manipulation, and international media theatrics. Yet here we are in 2025 watching the United States reserve thousands of seats for Afrikaners to resettle in the US, and even as barely 3 people showed up for the last flight. Yes, 3 out of 50. And still, Washington insists it will process 6,000 Afrikaners by next month. I'm Naledi Mfoloe, and today we'll be unpacking this bizarre saga, the politics behind it, and what it says about Black South Africans who are being ignored in conversation about migration, land, and safety. Now, this story begins with the US President Donald Trump. Trump's executive orders targeting South Africa, claiming that Afrikaners face government sanctioned persecution and even genocide, according to him. Now, the U.S. Department reportedly reserved 50 seats on a flight to resettle Afrikaners, and the result, 3 Afrikaners showed up. Just 3. And despite this, Washington plans to resettle 2,000 Afrikaners by the end of this month, with an additional 4,000 by the end of next month. And this is all according to the Washington Post. Now, I do want you to let that sink in. There's thousands of seats are being held for a group that has shown almost no interest in leaving South Africa. Let's be clear. Why South Africans, including Afrikaners, are not under any threat of genocide. Crimes affect all South Africans, and Afrikaners are among the most economically privileged citizens in this country. Major Afrikaner organizations, including AfriForum and Solidarity, have rejected publicly the refugee program, stating that leaving would sacrifice cultural heritage and their identity. And even the Afrikaner enclave of Oranje confirms that we love the homeland. We do not want to be refugees. And this is not a group fleeing for life. This is a political theater, amplified by a US administration obsessed with race baiting for international optics. And it's quite sad because we watch our country being misrepresented globally while real issues affecting Black communities, poverty, land distribution, farm murders affecting Black workers, and access to resources are being ignored. The world spins tales of white persecution while Black South Africans continue to face the very real challenges of inequality, unemployment, and systemic neglect. And then we hear headlines like thousands of Afrikaners to be resettled in the US. And I ask, why does the US care about imaginary white farmer genocide than real human suffering here in South Africa? Because this is not just an insult, it is a reminder of how international powers continue to privilege whiteness, even when facts show no crisis exists. The resettlement program serves political purposes both US and internationally. Domestically, Trump can portray himself as a defender of white people globally, appealing to his white political base. And internationally, it undermines South African sovereignty and painting our country as incapable of protecting citizens who, in reality, are not under existential threat. And it also ignores African agency because Afrikaners, like South Africans, have the right to make decisions without foreign interference. The program is not about protection. It is about weaponizing race narratives for political gain. We can already tell. And this is why platforms like ADNC exist, to tell the truth, to amplify real issues, and to hold the world accountable. So here's the truth. The so-called white farmer genocide is a myth. Afrikaners are not fleeing in numbers. Those who do not want to leave often have wealth and resources, and meanwhile, real South Africans, especially Black South Africans, continue to struggle without foreign handouts and without media interference and without the world's sympathy. And it's about time to call out this misinformation and reclaim our narrative and ensure that the world listens to reality and not headlines spun to serve foreign politics. Now, I'm Naledi Mfoloe, and this is ADNC reporting live from Johannesburg. I do want to hear what your thoughts are on this, and while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me. Till we meet again, it is bye-bye for now.